What up, guys? Fight Fiend Mix here, coming at you with a new video, leaving work as we speak. I wanted to record yesterday, but I kind of wasn't really in the mood, and I kind of felt lazy, and I figured it'd be easier to just fucking prop my phone up in my car as I'm getting off of work, and you know, get my predictions. So on that note, the prediction for this weekend's UFC 241, Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic rematch. All right, and we're back. As I was saying, my bad, I was having some technical difficulties. So UFC 241 this weekend, Daniel Cormier and Stipe Miocic rematch, and Anthony Pettis versus Nate Diaz. That one's going to be pretty interesting. So I don't want to make this video too long because it's only a short drive from my job to home. So as I mentioned before with some of my older predictions, which I think I'll leave a link on one of these things here, one of these corners. But what I like to do as far as my my predictions go is I like to take a look at these fighters' last 3 bouts, and I'm able to come up with a better conclusion as far as a prediction goes. I don't like to take a look at just their last fight, because sometimes guys have bad days at the office, and I don't like I don't think it's very accurate. You know, I don't think it paints the whole picture. So on that note, taking a look at each one of these individuals' last 3 fights, starting with the co-main event, we have Nate Diaz. He fought Michael Johnson and 2 fights with Conor McGregor, 2 of those going the distance, and him being 2-1 there because victory over Michael Johnson, a unanimous decision victory, and then we have the rear naked choke victory over Conor McGregor, and then a decision loss in the rematch. But I think it's a majority decision, if I'm not mistaken. And then on the other side of that, my bad, I'm chewing gum. On the other side of that, we have Anthony Pettis, which his last 3 fights, if I'm not mistaken, was Michael Chiesa, which I believe was still at lightweight, which he won through a armbar, triangle armbar basically, and then Tony Ferguson, which he lost by TKO. It goes down the record books as a TKO loss. And then his welterweight debut against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, which he won in emphatic fashion by TKO, or knockout, as a matter of fact. It was official knockout because fucking Thompson was out cold. All right, so taking a look at this fight, I kind of went back and forth a few times, as I tend to do with my predictions. I suspect that this fight is going to go the distance. I don't think that Nate Diaz is going to be able to finish Anthony Pettis. By that same token, I don't think Pettis is going to be able to finish Diaz either. I feel like this fight's going to go the distance. I think that the pace is going to be controlled by Pettis. Something tells me that the time off for Nate Diaz is going to affect him big time. His timing is going to be off, maybe even his cardio, but having that time off is kind of a bitch, honestly, man. So I don't think that that's going to be in his favor, but rather in Pettis' favor. That one's a tough one, but based off of that, I'm going to have to go with Anthony Pettis by decision. And I think it's going to be a unanimous decision. I want to say all 3 judges are going to think that he won the bout. My bad if I get a little bit of a sun glare here, guys. I'm trying to like adjust the fucking phone here. The most unsafe conditions. I know I'm driving, but you know, fucking sue me, whatever. Okay, on to the main event. Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic for the UFC heavyweight title. This is a rematch of last July's fight at the T-Mobile Arena. By the way, this fight is taking place in Anaheim this weekend. Again, taking a look at their last 3 fights, starting with the champion Daniel Cormier. I want to say it was Derek Lewis. It was Volkan Ozdemir, which was before that, and then obviously the fight with Stipe the first time last year. So those are 3 fights. And then on the other side, we have Stipe with his most recent fight being the loss to Cormier, and then I want to say it was Junior Dos Santos before that, and then, or no, I'm sorry, I think it was Francis Ngannou before that, and then Junior Dos Santos prior to that. So when their first bout, I actually predicted that Cormier was going to win. I honestly thought that Cormier was going to win by decision. He was going to take, or no, I'm sorry, not decision, by submission. He was going to take Stipe down and submit him, kind of the way he did with Anthony Rumble Johnson, and the way he later did with Derek Lewis. So that's how I thought that first bout was going to come about. It was a total shocker that he ended up knocking Stipe out. That was a complete fucking shocker. I was actually there. I bought a ticket. I still have the ticket. As a matter of fact, in my studio / bedroom, I have the poster up behind me. But anyway, this fight, you know, I wanted the first time, the way I predicted it was going to go down, it was going to be a submission victory for Daniel Cormier. I was wrong, as I tend to be, and you'll notice on some of these past prediction videos I'm wrong a lot. But this one, I kind of feel, call me stubborn, but I feel like it's going to go down the way I thought the first fight was going to go down, which is going to be a submission victory for Daniel Cormier. I think he felt Stipe's pop in that first fight. I'm not sure if he's going to want to deal with it again. I don't think he's going to want to stay on his feet as long this time. I kind of feel like he's going to want to take the fight to the ground, the way I thought the first fight was going to be. He's going to take Stipe down. He's going to try to wear him out on the feet, on the ground, and then basically tire Stipe out big time, leaving eventually an opportunity open for a submission, most likely a rear naked choke. So on that note, I think that is exactly how the second fight is going to go down. Again, call me stubborn. I was wrong the first time, but I suspect that this time it's going to go down exactly like that. He is going to, play the striking game a little bit just to get Stipe to plant his feet. And then once Stipe gets comfortable throwing punches and he plants his feet, Daniel's going to take him down. Once he's on the ground, he's basically going to smother him the way he did against Derek Lewis and Anthony Rumble Johnson. I suspect it's going to be a submission victory. It's going to be a rear naked choke, and I'm almost positive it's going to be later on in the fight. I'm thinking late second round. Well, I guess that's not too later on. More like towards the middle. Fucking A. Sorry. Shit. My bad, guys. Let me not fucking stop recording. Okay. So yeah, I suspect it's going to be somewhere in the third. I want to say middle to late third round. I'm trying to look at the lens here. Middle to late third round. Stipe is going to get tired. He's going to leave his neck open, and Daniel is going to choke him out. I'm going to go, my final prediction is going to be Daniel Cormier by rear naked choke, late third round. So yeah, that's my prediction. I'll leave a video or a link to one of my past prediction videos here. I didn't want to make this one too long. I just wanted to get this content out there because, I'm noticing longer periods in between my videos. My bad, guys. I legitimately am not trying to do that on purpose. It's just how it turns out that way. In addition to that, I'm noticing that I'm releasing a lot more videos on boxing nowadays, not so much MMA, which kind of sucks. I'm not trying to do that. My channel was supposed to be half MMA, half boxing, but I'm noticing boxing, there seems to be a lot more headlines in boxing these days, and I'm not releasing a lot more videos. It just so happens that around this time, the heavyweight division is kind of the talk of the town, both in MMA and boxing, with this heavyweight, a UFC heavyweight title fight coming up with Stipe and Daniel Cormier, and then the potential rematch between Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. That who the fuck knows what's going to go down. The fight is supposedly rumored to be in Saudi Arabia. Who the fuck knows that that's even going to happen anymore, because last I read, Andy Ruiz is trying to hold off for more money. I don't know. The Saudis apparently are forking up quite a bit of cash, so it sounds like it's going to go down, but who the fuck knows at this point. But anyway, just a little insight there. The heavyweight division is at the forefront of combat sports right now, professional prize fighting, with Ruiz and Joshua and Stipe and Cormier. All right, guys, that's it. I don't want to make this video too long. Like I said, I do want to just release some content out there and get something out there before this weekend, because, just like when you get a prediction right and you're like, fuck yeah, I told you so, fuck yeah, I told you so, I have to eat my words if the fight doesn't turn out that way, as you guys will see if you check out my Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao prediction video, which didn't go as well. Anyway, thanks so much for stopping by. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment. I want to hear you guys' predictions, because these are my predictions, and I'm always interested to hear yours as well. See you guys later. Peace.